Yeah, I'm now there. Let me share the. So, right. So, guys, let's proceed.
Okay.
Right. So, uh, let me demonstrate with sales data. Right.
Sales data one.
Sales data one.
Mhm.
Right. And I have some instructions here. Let's do what we're doing so that you can relate. Let's forget about the instruction. Right. I have my data.
Okay.
So, the IT department, I want to do my reporting, whatever I'm doing, as long as I'm doing it in Excel, whatever process that I'm doing. So, we have brought our developer table and our macros there, right? So, only record the steps that you want, but don't worry, you can delete them later if you don't want them. And the macro, it's creating a VBA code in the background. Yes.
So you can go and edit the
Yeah.
code.
Do that. I'll click. My mouse movements won't be recorded, but wherever I click any cell, it start to record. But my mouse movements won't be recorded. So let's record our macro. Right, we give our macro a name. Right? You can say sales analysis. Then shift F. Right. Here is the trick.
Analysis, and then you say,
We need to give it a shortcut.
okay.
Right? But there is a key. There is a trick.
Okay.
Reserve the shortcuts. Suppose Control X is what cutting.
Gotcha.
Control C is copy. So in case you assign it to those keys, you are overriding what already exists.
We know override. I don't.
Yes, you know override. So when you see that when you click Control C to play the macro instead of what
Copy.
you copy. So you need to be aware. So what do? Maybe you need to find other keys that haven't been used, but it's rare. All these keys have something.
Control A, Control F,
They have something.
Control B.
No, what you do is you shift P. You see, it's what? It's now giving me Control Shift P, which means I'm now using three other controls. So I will say Shift. I will say maybe Shift X.
Shift
Shift X, right? So you click here. Right. So on recording the macro, you use your button. You remember? You you press shift.
Ndapresa shift.
You bad.
Inonyora P but I shift. Shift once you're back. Shift.
By shift. Any you put any letter of the alphabet. Yes. Any letter.
Play a macro you say
control shift. Yeah.
So that I
yes. So in any I'm putting X. If I maybe suppose I say X, I'm now overriding the cutting function. So when I say Control X, because I will need to play Control X, so it will try to cut, but it will play the macro. So yeah. So you can put the description, sales analysis. I patience.
shift.
Okay, that's fine. And if you click OK, you get what? A syntax error. I did this purposefully. Your name should not have a space. So if for this one, maybe I'll put an underscore or I'll do this.
You see that you know good after it's Python.
Yeah.
As long as you are naming something, she need two different names. You have to put in underscore.
Or you put quotes. So we are good to go. We say okay. So the moment we say okay, everything that we are now doing is being recorded. So if you now check your macro, the sign has changed to a box,
Sure.
which means it's now what?
Recording.
This one. It's now playing. Put, you can put the name whatever you want. Right? I want to do some formatting. Okay. Okay. F. I want to. This is current, right? I want it to be. I want it to be USD. So it's recording whatever I'm doing now. I will say United States. Okay. Maybe this is quantity. I'll need to put it what to maybe to 2 decimal places. Syntax isn't correct. Verify that name. Wamboita. Good sales analysis, but without a space. You can put a capital letter. Because you cannot balance my words. The next one you use a letter, right? Like that. Right? Taita Banta.
But Tanisa currents bakwandi janti.
Right? This one. Sabo. Kana sales analysis one. Cancel one. One. Something is. Oh, okay. Change your assignment. Change it. You put another letter. Yeah, it should work now. Yeah. Right. So I also need this one is not a number, so I need to format it to a text. I'll need to go to data. Eish. Data tools. Text to columns. So here, guys, don't worry. Whatever you can do in Excel. I want to format this as text. This is not enough. An ID is not enough. I'm formatting it as text, right? I want this also to be what? To be a date. Oh, it's not enough. No, text to columns because I have minimized. I want to also to format my date. Text to columns. I want my date is to be a date format in Excel, so I need a date. My date is what? Is starting with the month, day, year. So I'll go to month, day, year. I'll click finish. Start I'm recording.
Very good.
Find your way out. Yeah.
Now which is what?
Want to put it to a date format. It's a date, but it's not the Excel date format. Yeah, we are moving from month, day, year. So that's what we choose.
Month, day, year. Month, day, year.
Guys, I have to stop my recording for
Uh,
For some other reason, I have to stop. Something happened. So you need to stop. If you don't stop, whatever you're doing is being recorded. So it may end up crashing your computer if you don't stop. It may be replicate 77 times or whatever time. So you need to make sure if you make a mistake, stop and restart. I'll start again.
Saka to stop man.
You could just click the box.
I have a text column.
So click up now, click the box. What I'll tell you.
Yeah. Start. Thank you. Which is another.
Twende futi toita kusati mukaita futi ka.
No, it's just me who made a mistake. You shouldn't stop. If you are doing it the correct way, please don't stop. Why should you stop?
Month, day, and year. Month, day.
Right. Tuvataka panapa ndizo.
Atengane
What tuvatati text columns ndizo. Text columns. Yanga ichibudisa so. This thing.
Just move next. You click here.
Size date month year.
It's a month day here. What does a day travel? My days are packed, so it's month day here. MD one. Rectangle. So when you are doing text columns for a date, that's what you do. Yes, now that's the format we want. Yes. Yes. It should change to this. As you can see, it's now something like this. Now I want to put borders to my table. Maybe I need to put outside borders. I'm doing formatting. I'm putting a board. I'm doing this. It's not working. Right. Suppose I want to do it the wrong way, then I will show you later. I want to insert my chart. I want to insert my pivot chart.
Each dates, month, then year.
Mm-hmm.
Unit price. I'm creating a column here. I'm going to show you.
Okay. So what we are saying here is every step that you are doing is being recorded. Whatever I do, if you want to format to board, right? Now I have stopped what? My recording.
It's more power.
So for this one, it's showing me the code. So it's showing me the steps that I did for this one, right?
I'm going in for 29. For what time?
So right, this is the data that I received for the first time. This is what I wanted to do. Maybe let's go to the sales data too. Let's check the columns they are matching. It's in B, it's not in A, right? The columns, the columns are matching, right? My first order ID is in B2. Here it's in what? It's in B2. It should match. We are saying this. We are saying this data is standardized. So what do I want to do? Control Shift. There is some X. It what? It did because this is what I did here. But here, yeah, I did it purposefully. Yeah, because my data is ending in row what? In row 9. So these are some of the errors that we do. So here, if you can come and check, it's just doing the same with what? So let's fix it. So the problem is in selection. If you use your mouse to select like this, to select when you use to select like this, yes. So you need to use your controls, your shift down arrow, your right arrow, your what. You get it?
Okay, so that's
Yes. So it needs to be dynamic.
Okay.
Yes. So let's redo that. Maybe you can watch while this time doing.
Yes, I think that's the best.
Let's delete everything.
How do you delete your key?
Your macro, you can go to developer macros. This is the macro that I've recorded. I can say what?
Developer.
Macros.
Macros, where is it? Yeah. Oh God.
Are you guys following online? You must not be left.
What is that?
No, I'm undoing. No, I think for the sake of demonstration, let's not worry about that. Yeah. Because whatever I want to do, as long as you can do it the manual way, you can record it. As long as you are doing it here, you can record it. Okay. So let's start. You can go to developer and say record macro. You click here, or you can just click here because I have put a shortcut. So let's do it. I start my recording. I'm saying what? Sales what? And I assign it to Control Shift to X. Then I can put an analysis. Maybe someone will analysis of sales. Now I'm recording. It will turn to a what? To a box here.
Okay.
It shows that it's now recording. Right. So everything that I'm now doing, every mouse click, these movements won't be recorded, but every mouse click. So I want to format this to what? To man. So it's recording every step that I'm doing. You want to format this maybe to US dollars. Right? It has recorded, right? This one we want to format what to a number, right? You can just do this.
So kana yakadaro inenge isiri to number isina
We are fixed the decimal number, right? So the challenge that we faced there is I used my mouse, but I want to use my what? Control Shift, right arrow, and what? And down arrow without using the mouse, so that it becomes dynamic.
inenge yakutsvaga pane
Yes.
database.
Yes. Right? I want what? To format. Right? I want to format my rows as what? As board. Maybe this one is what? Right? This all this is being recorded, right? And remember, maybe I want to do formatting. Let me try to do conditional formatting here. Maybe I want to put my cell colors. That what we did in the first. You see, we are infusing everything that we did. What else can we do? Maybe we want to and we can leave that because it's giving me issues. Maybe let's insert a chart. Maybe this is the chart that I want. Assuming so. Let's not worry about the looks of it. This is the chart that I want. I want maybe to put a legend there. It's now, maybe I want to change the column name. I want to put a space here. Or maybe I want to come here and change it to this. Now I have my chart. Maybe suppose I'm done. I what? Stop my recording. So the moment I stop, if you come to developer, macros, you see it here. And if you want to so the VB is this. This is the code that is being what? Being generated. Select borders, edge top. Select borders, what? End with. So it's a whole lot. Few color. What we're doing, what? Doing conditional formatting. So it's doing everything. Visual Basic, and you go to modules and you click this module one. It's okay. So you click the module one, that's where the code is. So if you have whatever, maybe some edits that you want to do, you can do it here. Yeah. Maybe the colors that are here, you can this is the color code. Maybe I know the color code by head. I want to change. I can come and change here. It will be and save. So that's it. Let's not worry about that because it's not us who is writing that code. So I'm done. This is data maybe for the first month or for the first day, but I'm given another task again. I'm doing this every day. So I come here. I know that I've recorded my macro in Control Shift X. It's now what? It's now playing. And I have my report. You can now focus on other things. So that's what macro does for you. It's interesting, right? You need to know VBA, but I think that's a lot than just going to record the steps that you are doing. You click on the developer here when you are recording. it will be saying recording, or you can just, when you record, it will be a box when it's recording. When you want to stop, just hit that box, it will stop. It will stop the recording. So that's macros for you. It's nothing fancy. Yeah. So every step that you want to record, yeah, it's already done. So it's just that the knowledge to know where it is. So you can now see it's very wise to know that you need to use the controls. You see, that moment it ended in row 9 somewhere here because we were using the mouse, but now using the controls, it's now intelligent to know.
But give it time with the artificial intelligence guys. I think one box.
Yeah. So that's it. It's now highlight. So you can do anything. So that's it on macros. I don't think we need to spend time on it.
As long as you know what you.
So
you want
this
to do.
exercise that you are doing, that one, the revision, you can still record every step that you are doing. Given that maybe the report that you do every day, all those steps that you are doing, you record that. The first exercise, you can record everything.
You just need to be
Yeah.
precise.
Yeah. Maybe what you can do is document your steps. Hello, hi. You go to macros, then they will be listed here. Mine is this one. So if I want to run, I can then what run it. Yeah, yeah, the new data, but make sure the data is in the same columns and the same order of the columns. It must not change. Yeah. So maybe you just say run. Maybe suppose you will discover that your unit price and order date have switched column. You need to fix before you run, because it's not then intelligent to know that this column has changed to this. So it needs to be the correct one. This is useful, right? Yeah. So that's it. What else? I don't think there's much. I think VBA. I think we'll do that later. But I've shared other content on VBA. So what you then need to know is, I hope you saw the code. It's natural language. Yeah. So
I think the natural language is different.
yeah. So I So we said on developer, you on the ribbon, you right click and you say customize ribbon, and you click the developer here. This one, you should click it so that it's appearing. And you say okay, a query just for a few seconds, because we'll do this. This is the work in Power BI, Power Query, but it's now an engine that has been embedded also in Excel. Yeah. So as you know, that Excel has a limitation of about 1 point something million rows. Yeah, and also the more data that you receive, it becomes heavy. It will crash, etc. So Power Query can do the job for you. Sorry, I forgotten something. When you are now saving your file, you should
The
save.
recorded one.
Yes. When you are now saving your file, you should save as macro enabled. This one. I've forgotten this one. You can lose everyone. You should save it as macro enabled.
So you lose the formulas, right?
Yes, because all those other Excel formats cannot contain VBA code. Yeah. So you need to. Hey, that one was very important. I wanted
We're
to.
going to learn that.
Yeah. So. Okay.
Power query.
So we are just using the same data set that we are using for the macros. So what Power Query does is the engine, yeah, the third-party engine. So I think it's now working even for those who maybe want to further in analytics. I think it's now part of the analytics engine for Data Factory as well, the Power Query. Yeah. So it's there in Excel.
Do we have this data set? This one? Did you say it?
I haven't, but for the sake of time,
Okay, that's fine.
let's just use sales data 1 and 2.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Both is the same. Because I solved it serves the purpose. So I think by 20 past we must be out of here. Because we do much of the work in Power BI.
Okay.
So maybe what you should be able to understand is to import from multiple sources, transform data, whether you are doing pivoting, you are splitting columns, filtering, but this is the much work in Power BI. Then automate repetitive tasks for faster reporting. Maybe you want to clean your data, you can also automate the data cleaning stuff. Load into Excel and Power BI for analysis, we will do that. What you need to have is Excel 2016 plus. Uh,
So for
okay.
Excel 2016 and above, Power Query is beautiful.
Yeah, in 2013, I don't think we have it. Yeah, we have, right? So I think you can. So you go to your data tab. So our data tab is very important. So you go to your data tab. I think I demonstrated this when we were starting.
Okay.
So get data. Then there are all sources, and you can say launch Power Query.
Launch Power Query.
Yeah, it needs a dot framework. The dot framework you plug into to work.
What is the dot framework?
Uh,
It's an application that allows
Microsoft
Microsoft
applications to run. Yeah, it's powerful, and your machine may stick a bit close.
It's called what?
That.
Dot what?
.NET framework, but I think it's
3.5 is the most powerful one.
yeah. So launch Power Query,
Framework.
right? It's launching, and you should see something. Ah, yours is working. Yours is faster than mine. Are you done? Is it done launching? Yeah. So when it's done, I think you will see this. Yeah. So you see.
Transform 8 column view.
Yeah, but we don't have data yet. Where it's saying new source.
Where exactly?
On the top far right, new source, and you can create file. There are databases there you can get from Access, from Analysis Service, from SQL Server, etc. But we want ours is in Excel, right? It's in Excel, or we can use text files, etc. Yeah, Excel. Let's click Excel. Yeah, for that one. But it's fine. We can use that one.
Which one?
The macros and VBA data set. I hope I'll be able to demonstrate.
We import.
So right, okay. Wait there, so that
HR data, HR 2 sales data.
So you see where it's saying select multiple items.
Where? Yeah.
You click there.
Wait, data set what? Data set 2 or data set 1?
So we need sales data 1 and sales data 2. Click those two. Tick.
1, 2.
So when you click, it gives you a preview on the right.
That's right.
So click sales data 1 and 2. So we want to demonstrate how you can do appending and merging. Appending, it's like you are putting one on top of the other. Then merging, you are maybe combining the columns. But on appending, you are appending below the rows. Yeah. So for me, I have these ones. So it's creating the preview. I think my computer is getting slow and slow.
Maybe you're running a lot of things.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but this is our sales data one, which we are using. No, for me, I then reverted for something, but it's the same data. I changed sales data one to sales data two.
That's what you want.
Okay. And interestingly, there is something. I have a column 7 here, which is saying now, okay, I can click okay. Are you getting it, guys? Yeah. While you are ticking, you can then click OK. Then you see it will start to be evaluating. Yeah. So we now have this window. Yeah. So this is now our Power Query. Right. So we have the home, transform, add columns, view. Okay. Yeah, we'll play with that. But for now, just know it's there. Yes, I think you can see on adding columns, then you can column index, duplicating columns, conditional column, invoke whatever, transform here. So when we say ETL, extract, transform, and load,
That's what we use.
yeah, this is what we'll be using to do the transformation, even in Power BI. So if you get it now, you won't have
So I
much
can say
work to do.
I'm transpose, it's rows, count
Yeah.
rows.
Yeah, for me, I'll say, so when you load, yeah, there are, when it's saying query settings, on applied
Where did
steps,
you go?
just clicking on any of the data sets, you will see that on the applied steps, the data set name will be there, and you can change the names to whatever you want. Maybe I will just say sales data, what, but you can change the names to whatever you want. Then on the applied steps, these are steps that have been automatically added. But you see that the transformation that we'll be doing, they will also be added here. Right. So what I want to do is let's do a bit of some transformation.
Okay. So
So if we go to
transform it.
yeah, so for me, go to sales data 2. Just click, just highlight it. Go to so yours is fine, but for me, you can check for mine. For mine, I have column 7 there. I don't think if it has any business use. So let's do some transformation. You can right click and say remove column. We are now doing transformation. I've removed. So the moment I've removed it, the step has been added here. It's there. Yeah. So it's recording whatever we are doing. So that when you maybe get another data set, it applies the same steps to the data set, but it should be there, especially when but for this one, I think the column name doesn't care much about that, but yeah. So for example, I want to do some transformations, which we're doing. This one, it's recorded as a number. So you can change your column names. So for this one, I want to say say customer name. Suppose I want to change that column name. So the steps is being applied.
You say you press enter or just
If you just say enter, it will be there, right? Order ID.
The right click and
What the ID?
Yeah.
Okay.
You double click. If you double click here, or you can say right click. If you right click, there is an option to rename.
all right. Yeah.
Where is the it? Or you can double click, right? So you do the
When you're
rename.
saying, when you're saying order ID, it's a number. Number of that question.
No, I think on designing an order ID is not a number. We can put it alphanumeric. You can put it as varchar indice. So it's not a number, an order ID. But in this case, by coincidentally, it was put as a number. But I can say odd 2001.
It's now
Yes. So we don't. Yeah. Suppose we don't want this to be a number. So if you on the top left corner there, that's where the data type is highlighted.
Alright. It's a number.
Yeah,
It's,
the 123 is a number. But if you click there, the data types will show up. So we want this to be text, right? So the text, they are aligned to the left, right? Suppose I'm done. Then for this one, I also want it to be,
each quantity.
yeah, I want it to be a whole number. That's fine. Then on unit price, I want it to be currency. I format it as currency, right? Then on date, it is automatically detected that this is a date. Yeah, it's a date. So you see that on date there's a calendar there. It shows that it's a date. So maybe I don't need to change that. It's a whole number already. But you need to change the price to currency. Change it to click on the corner, yeah. And change to currency. So what else do we need to do? I think there are now errors. Yeah, we will talk about that. Right? But for now, let's assume your data is not giving you problems. So that's why we can go to sales data 2 and do the same. This is do I have an extra column? No, so I will change this to text. Right, check, maybe you may get a prompt. I encourage you to add a new step. Yeah, just add a new step, because suppose I make an error, I can come and delete the step. You see there's an X there, I can come and delete. So it's very wise, because the previous step was added automatically by the system. So it's good to add a new step. Yeah. Text, I think you are now there. Because the text, you see a text is left aligned and the number is right aligned. Yeah. So we are now there. I want to format this as a number. No, I want to format it as a whole number. Unit price. No, don't think too much.
Yeah. It's an ID. An ID is unique. It's a unique identifier. It can contain.
How was your ID at school, like at university? How was it like?
Something.
So that's not a number.
It's not a number.
It's not necessarily a number, but in this case, it's a number. But
By coincidence, it's a number. Okay. It's something that identifies. It's a unique identifier.
it can be anything, a number or an alphanumeric, but it's not a number. Yeah. So I've done the same steps to. I haven't changed it here to customer name. Right. And the other thing, you see,
The primary key.
we're using text split, right, to split our columns. So if you come here, we want to split our customer
name.
to name and what. So you right click.
Right click.
You can say
Split column.
split column by delimiter.
Split column by delimiter.
We want a space, but there are other options there. Don't worry about them. So we need a space, and our name is not quoted. At each occurrence, you see
So upon space Taisa,
yes,
at each occurrence.
at each occurrence, which means if someone has 3 names, we have 3 columns. So I don't think we need that. We need the leftmost delimiter.
You need what?
The leftmost. You see where we're splitting left, we take -1. That this is now the you need it's now making sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think you can say okay. Yeah. We now have a customer name 1 and a customer name 2, and we may need to
rename.
Yes, this is a customer. This is a name and surname. Name and surname, or name and digi.
How about the first name?
Yeah, I think we can do that as well. To you see that Power BI is much easier than Excel. Because this is more of Power BI, but now they've put the engine in Power BI and name, then surname. I think today we are concluding Excel as we are doing this. Right? Name and surname. We now have our data. I was showing you how to do it, but maybe before you do your transformation, you may need maybe this is the same data set, and you want to have what? Maybe it's for the same month. Maybe you are doing half year. You want to combine for the everything. You highlight your data and you say what, and you come here and say yeah, something is not adding up. Yeah, we will explain the unpivot columns etc. No, there's a property. So for you guys, I'm discovering something on mine. Yeah, you see where it's saying merge columns.
Merge. On which steps?
On top of
it's
it's grayed out, right? I'm also trying to find append. Unfortunately, due to the resolution that I'm using here, manage. If you want to summarize, you use that group by. Right. Mine it's on combine. I don't know what's happening on yours. Do you have a combine or something? Yes. On transform, yes. On transform.
Group by.
No. Combine. Or merge or something. Because there may be issues of patience. Or so merging is we are combining based on columns. We are using the key to say we have table 1. You see where we were looking up using the TA where we are getting the discount. We were merging. right? So on appending, now I'm appending sales data 1 and sales data 2. I'm just combining to say this is the same data. I'm just putting one on top of the other. That's the difference. So I now want to append, combine. If you click the drop down, what's the
There is match queries.
yes? So for some it's on home, unfortunately.
You can't combine. Any image deny iri pahome.
What about append?
Append.
Append queries. We want to use append because we want to combine the data sets. So maybe you can check, then do it later. I have these two options. For mine, I don't want to. For mine, I'm not merging. I'm not merging. I want to append. So I'm putting one on top of the other to create one data set. So sorry. There are two options there. On append, let's say I want to append as new, so that I keep copies of these two data sets. Append as new, which means it's going to have a new name. If you say append queries, it will replace all those two. But I want to append as new.
Okay.
Second table is sales data 1. So it's saying two tables. If you have 3 or more, suppose you have 6 months, so you choose what, 3 or more, right? But now here I have 2. I'll put the first table. If you choose 3 or more, you need to drag the tables that you are combining to this side. But I need just 2, right? So I will say okay. Then I'll have a new table which is by the name appended. But yeah, so let's go to this. This one is sales data 1 is what? Is 7 rows. If you come here on profiling here, maybe you need to see it's profiling based on 1000. But if you say entire data set, it may drag. So maybe just keep it at 1000. Then 7 rows. Then sales data, the other one is what? Is 50. So the combined one is what?
Combined one was
57.
57.
So we are good. So no, we have 57 rows. This one is 50 and 7. So highlight the sales data one. So is what? 7. The other one is 50. The append is what? Is 57. So Anita, I'm sorry, Arinfa, are you answered on append? All right. Maybe I need to put it to give it a new name. Sales data combined. Something like this. Sales data combined. So you don't need to delete those two because this one is depending on those. So I'll come here and say maybe close and load to a model. If not, I will just say close and load.
Just close and load.
Pane changu asina format. Andi waita 1 iri waita sales data rekutanga 2 wanga usina format. Wanga usina. Yeah, that's why. So what's now format? Yeah, so you need to format. So now we have it, and here is the information. Sales data 1, 50 rows, sales data 2, then the sales data combined is what? So this one is depending on so now we have our data, guys. So Power Query is mostly for data transformation and cleaning. Now we have our new data. We have combined, we have transformed, we did everything that we wanted. So we now have, yeah.
It's more of combining, cleaning.
It's ETL. It's for ETL. Extraction, transformation, and what? And loading. So it's your go-to when you don't want to sweat, and when you have repetitive data, the same way we're doing with macros. If you have data that comes maybe in a form and you want to automate, so maybe the next time, maybe I have new data that will be added to my new. So suppose I have new data here.
Uh,
Let me duplicate. I have duplicated the. So if you refresh, so maybe your data is increasing. Maybe you are increasing your files. You don't need to be redoing
okay.
violations.
If let's say,
Yeah.
so once you maybe for example I want to create a new sheet. So
Mhm.
it means if the moment I create a new sheet, does it end automatically? If let's say it was 3 to 4.
No, it doesn't. What we are saying is, suppose that data is increasing on your files or on the sheets that you have used. Maybe it's increasing. Or maybe what you can do is, when you receive new data, just copy it and paste it on those sheets and refresh. Yes, it will then refresh on your sheet. Yeah. So, guys, I think our time is now running out, and I think this is it. We'll cover this more in Power BI. Yeah. So, but yes, yeah, yeah, it have that limit, but when you are now in Power BI, the limit is not there. Yes. But here maybe when you want to automate mostly your task, especially the data cleaning, the combining of files, etc. I think this is it's your go-to tool that you can use. Yeah, that's it. So for further questions on this, I think we can reserve it for the future and we can call it a day. Thank you so much.